Oh my goodness. And they just smell divine. I mean, just look at the char, the beautiful char, the onions. You can just see all the flavor just bursting out. All right, today we're gonna do some roasted broccoli with red onions. This is one of my favorite ways to cook broccoli. And in fact, I love doing things on sheet pans only because it kind of allows me to do other things while it's in the oven. So I'm not constantly over the stove and the burner. So this is just a great way to kind of, fold some laundry, watch the end of your show, whatever. As long as you set a timer in your oven, you're good to go. So sheet pan meals, ooh, I love them. So today we're gonna do some broccoli, some roasted broccoli. And as you can see, I've got two heads here. If you're using, if it's just for yourself and someone else, maybe coming down to one head, or these are great. I put them in Tupperware and I have them throughout the week with other proteins. It's just a great vegetable to have in the fridge. So I use two heads, and then I've got one. I had a large onion and I've sliced it in half, and I've only used half here into little strips here. And so this is fresh broccoli we're using today. If you wanted to use frozen, you certainly can. I will tell you a couple of things that are very, very important. One of them is if you do use frozen, you really kind of want to make sure you drain them really, 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 really well. And then I would put the frozen broccoli, after you drain them, get the ice crystals off, put them in your fridge for about 20 or 30 minutes to make sure they dry out completely. Because if you don't, when you put them in the oven, you're not going to get that dry heat and that roasting, char that we're looking for. You're going to end up almost steaming more than anything else, okay? So what we're gonna do here is I've got the two heads of broccoli, I've got the red onion, and what we wanna do is we're gonna make a little bit of marinade. So I'm gonna eyeball this, but I'm pretty good at this. I'm gonna use a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna use a quarter of a cup of some balsamic vinegar, okay? I'm going to take some garlic powder, about a teaspoon, about a tablespoon of soy sauce, teaspoon of kosher salt, and a teaspoon of cracked black pepper. And we just want to mix this all up in here, just like that. And it's a nice, simple, easy, beautiful marinade. And then what we do from here is we just dress all of this over our broccoli. And you may say, well, God, that's not really doesn't look like a lot. Well, again, what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and toss this lightly and kind of get all of the broccoli incorporated with the marinade. And you want to let this rest for a couple of minutes afterwards to make sure it's all incorporated. Now, again, it's lightly dressing. That's why we only used a half a cup. We made probably almost a cup of marinade. And that is perfect for these two heads of broccoli. Back to what I was talking to you about before. Simple things like this can really mess up your recipes if you don't understand some of the simple complexities of cooking, okay? So basically what we're doing here, again, we're roasting, so it's dry heat. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees. If you have a convection oven, 400 should work fine. If we were to have too much liquid in this marinade, what's going to happen is when you put these in the oven, you're going to get more of a steam effect, okay, versus the actual roasting. Totally two different things, and you're not going to, it'll taste good, but it's not going to be the end result we're looking for. Again, it's these little simple things and the techniques of cooking that really will change the outcome of your dish. So I really want to, press upon you to not get crazy with this marinade. And by the way, I talk all about temperatures and cooking techniques and pots and pans in my ebook that you can pick up. I'll leave a link in the description box below. But all of this is found in the ebook. And it really will kind of help you out if you struggle with little things like that. Because there is a big difference between roasting and steaming, and we definitely don't want to steam. Okay, so we've got all of this kind of mixed in together, becoming a family. And so what we do is I've got some parchment paper on a half sheet pan here, And so what we want to do is, I'm just going to lay these out like this. All right. And they don't have to be completely uniform. But what you do want to make sure you do is do not crowd these, because if you crowd them, again, you're going to keep the heat from getting to the broccoli and getting that steam. So we're just going to, I think we can get all these on here just nicely. So you can see there's a little space in between is what we're looking for. Then you take your red onion and you just kind of go around like this. I mean, it already looks pretty spectacular, right? Just like so. And then a little bit of marinade left, that's fine. And just like that. Now, if you can see, what we want to do here is just want to let these sit for about, oh, I don't know, 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even better, because you really want that marinade to kind of get in there before you put it into the oven. Because once it gets into the oven, all of that flavor now is going to be locked in. And if you just put it in the oven right after and you didn't let them sit for a while, you'll get a good flavor, but not as strong and robust as we want. So when we come back, we'll let these sit for about 5 or 10 minutes. When we come back, I'll show you, how this is all looking. We'll put it in the oven and we'll go from there. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. All right, so come on in here. You can see how it's glistening like that? That's because they've sat and that marinade is sticking in there. That's what you're looking for. It's just perfect right now. So what I want to do is right before you put it in the oven, I'm going to get a little kosher salt right on top for just a little bit of added flavor and some cracked black pepper, just like that. And we'll let this sit just for a second. And while that's getting for another 2 minutes, we're going to create a little bit of a special, really, really special lemon butter that is going to take this to another level. So before we put these in the oven, I'm going to take about a half a stick of unsalted whole butter. All right. I'm going to take a tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of garlic paste, which is about a half a clove to a clove of garlic, and 1 teaspoon of anchovy paste. Now, we've talked a lot about anchovy, and a lot of people just aren't into it, and that's fine. If you are a vegetarian and you don't want or you can't eat the anchovy paste, but you want to have that amazing umami flavor, which is what this is going to produce, you can substitute miso paste, okay? Great substitute. If you don't even want to go there, you could use just regular old soy sauce, which is already in the marinade, but you could add a little bit in here, that'll also work. But the anchovy paste to start with is really what I recommend, but if you're a vegetarian, go with the miso paste, okay? So we're gonna let this come together really, really nice. In the meantime, I'm gonna turn the burner off and let this just kind of melt down all by itself. I'm going to put this in the oven. The oven is ready. When we come back, after about 15 minutes in the oven, we'll pull them out. We'll top this with this amazing umami bomb, which is this lemon butter, garlic, and anchovy paste. And then it's time to plate it up. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. All right, come on in here. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. And they just smell divine. I mean, just look at the char, the beautiful char, the onions. You can just see all the flavor just bursting out. And now let's look at our butter. That's completely melted down with the anchovy paste and the lemon juice and the garlic. We're just going to pour it into here, like so. And we'll move this aside. Just move this like this, and then let me just go like this. Wow. I mean, just, again, one of my favorite ways to make broccoli, and it's so unbelievably delicious. And we have that, and then we just take it to the plate. Very simple, like so. They don't have to be perfect. Food isn't perfect, it's just supposed to be delicious, right? And just plate it up. And you want to make sure you get all of your onion, like that. And tell me we are not looking like amazing, delicious love right there. A little housekeeping. Onion getting away. And then at the last minute, we're going to take some lemon zest. And I highly recommend, I've talked to you guys about this before, about getting a zester. I'll actually tag this along with a sheet pan. If you don't have a good sheet pan, I'll put those in so you can grab one if you want. But these zesters are really amazing. And when you combine raw, a lot of people think, oh, all the lemon flavor comes from the lemon juice. Yes, it does a little bit, but really the big punch comes from this zest. And it makes all the difference in the world in your final dish, in your palate and everything else. And there you have it. Beautiful roasted broccoli with red onion. And then we topped it with that umami bomb of some lemon garlic butter with some anchovy paste like no other. I am telling you what, I can't wait till you try this recipe. I will leave the entire recipe, okay, that you can download, print, do whatever you want with it in the description box below. I cannot thank you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It really helps the channel. If you have subscribed, welcome and thank you so much. Also, if you want to become a VIP subscriber, you can hit that join button that you see right there and hit join and get all the perks that come with that. I would love to have you along for the ride. I am Chef Brian. I can't wait to see you next time. And until then, remember as always, eat well and stay healthy.